Hi, it's Jess. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a custom Mark II Ford Escort. So I'm customizing this one into the black one, which we haven't actually managed to find yet. So it's actually my dad's birthday today, so I've done this video and I've made him this car as a complete surprise. So first of all, I'm just getting the car out of the box. So I use 100% acetone and I get a little cotton bud and I just go around the edges just to loosen up that glue. And then if you leave it a couple of seconds, it should just come straight out the box. I only do this if I am keeping the box. If not, I just rip it out. So I don't think many of you know this, but it's not just me that does these videos. My dad helps out. He usually does the drilling and he usually sprays the cars for us. So this is going to be my first attempt at doing it all like by myself. So stay tuned to see how it turns out. So as you can see, once that acetone loosens up that glue, the card just pops straight away from the plastic and you can get the car out. So the reason I'm doing an Escort is because my dad's first car was a Mark II Escort in green and he absolutely loved it, and he loves collecting model Ford Escorts. So that's how we kind of got started at collecting Hot Wheels, because he was in B&M one day and he just saw an Escort and a Cosworth on the shelf and he thought, oh, I'll just pick that up. And then from there our collection's just grown and we've got thousands of cars now. So next I'm just drilling the screws out of the bottom. So my dad usually does this part, so I did mess up a little bit. And then once you get them screws out, I just use like a little sharp tool and I get under the wheel arch and then the bottom should pop right off. So here I struggled to get it off, which means I hadn't drilled far enough. So I went back in with the drill to try and get that off. I did mess up a little bit, and as you can see in the bottom of the car there is a little hole where I slipped, but it's fine because we'll just glue that back together later. So as you can see, it just pops straight apart after this. So now I'm just going to use this paint stripper. I've never used it before, but it says it works in 15 minutes and the ones we use at the minute take quite a while. So it just says score the surface, so I just did that with a nail file. So then I forgot to record it, but all you do after this is you just paint a layer of the paint stripper over the top, and then in the 15 minutes all the paint just bubbles off. So now I'm just taking the old wheels off. I'm just pulling them out this time because I'm not actually keeping the old wheels, but if I were, I would get tweezers under each side and I would pull it out that way. So this is what the car looked like fully stripped. So now I'm painting this, and because I was doing it as a surprise, I had to do it when my dad was asleep and I was just hoping he wouldn't hear us shaking the paint cans, and I had my mum to film it. So I'm just doing the first coat of primer just to try and get as smooth of a finish as possible. So I put that to the side and then I do the base of the car as well. So I let that dry for about 10 minutes and then I went in with my first coat of black. I did do 2 coats, but I just filmed the first one. So I just do quite light, even coats of the paint. So I let that dry about another 20 minutes and then I left it overnight, and then the next night I did the clear lacquer over the top. So you'll see later in the video it's not the smoothest finish, but it was my first attempt doing it by myself. So I bought these wheels from AliExpress or Temu, it was one or the other, and they were about £4 a pair, which we would never spend that. We usually just get the multi-packs where you get about 40 pairs for that price, but these were actual metal and they just looked amazing. They look so much better. So here I'm just showing what the car looked like fully dry. As you can see, it's not the smoothest, but like I said, it was my first attempt. So now all I'm doing is I'm popping the wheels back into the car. So for these ones you get like little pins and they go through the wheel and then attach to that metal bit in the middle. I just super glued them on. So as you can see with this back one, I couldn't get it to clip into place. So all I did was I got a pair of tweezers, and if you just hold your thumb so it's like actually lifted off the table and push down with the tweezers, it should pop in without bending it. So this is what the wheels look like on the bottom of the car. I think it looks unbelievable. So now I'm just painting the roll cage and the seats in red with just model paint. Now it's time to put the car back together. So the easiest way I find to do this is if you flip the body of the car upside down like that and then pop the glass in and then pop like the interior in and then the bottom just clips straight on. I find it the easiest way to do it. So once I've clipped the bottom on, I just make sure that it's all in place and it's all clipped together properly, and then I just super glue it back together. So I was just using nail glue because I couldn't find the super glue, but it seems to have worked great. So I've just added a little reference photo in the top corner there just so you could see what the car I'm actually making is meant to look like. This is harder than it looks, painting all of these lines on, trying to keep them straight and trying to not get the paint everywhere. So while I was waiting for that to dry, I did just paint the headlights. So I just get a little dotter tool and some silver paint, and then you can just dot the lights on where you want them. So as you can see, once the paint dried, it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it. I don't know why it didn't dry nice and smooth. You can see the bumps there. So all I did was I got some clear gel nail varnish and I just painted over where I'd used the model paint and then cured that in the lamp, and it just made it nice and shiny, and so you couldn't see all the paint strokes. So here I'm just showing the side with the clear gel on and then the side without, just to show how much nicer and better it does look. So the only thing that's different is I couldn't get the little stickers that the actual Hot Wheels has on, but I think I've done a pretty good job so far. So that's it for today's video. I'm just popping it back into the box now so I can give it to my dad for his birthday. So if you did enjoy today's video, please subscribe and drop a comment of what car you think I should do next.